hope you guys are doing amazing. So, I have to tell you this really embarrassing story. First, okay, so Sabrina just had surgery. She just had her tonsils and her adenoids taken out yesterday. It was kind of a really stressful day. She's doing so amazing. She was so brave and so strong. I swear, my little girl, she blows my mind. She's amazing. But she's doing really good. She had a great night. She slept, and so we're doing good, okay? But I have to tell you this story, what happened to me yesterday. And it's embarrassing. Me, as a health and fitness coach, it's bad. It's really bad, you guys. I shouldn't have let it come to this. And I think, well, it's not bad, because obviously I can't control what happened exactly. It's not like it was my fault, so I shouldn't be embarrassed. And Hector keeps telling me, honey, you didn't do anything wrong, so please stop apologizing. So I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've had a panic attack. I've been working out and doing this for 3 years now, guys. So I feel like I've come so far from where I used to be. The girl who couldn't talk to people, the girl who was embarrassed, the girl who my self-esteem got to here. Like, literally, I didn't even want people to see me. I didn't even want to exist. I didn't, right? So, and I've come so far from that. I was diagnosed bipolar back when I was like 20. I think I was 20. It's hereditary, right? So my mom was diagnosed, so they automatically kind of, okay, yep, you're bipolar too. Let's put you on some meds. But you know what? You know, if you ever heard that saying that if you put yourself around if you're depressed or something's wrong, make sure first you're not just surrounded by a bunch of assholes. Well, I was. My ex-husband, right? So, life. And if I didn't have my meds, you guys, I wouldn't have made it. But I have been off I have not taken anything for bipolar since 2010. Something like that. So I guess you could say I'm a recovered bipolar. I don't know. You really don't recover from that. But I feel like a lot of my life in general is what contributed to those emotions and that bipolar kind of woo, right? Craziness. But now I can kind of pretty much control. I know if I'm feeling manic. I know if I'm feeling depressed. And I have coping mechanisms, right? I have such a great way now compartmentalizing, which may not be the best, but also just dealing with stress in general, finding that inner peace, dealing with things. I'm really good at that. And I don't even know how sometimes that I do that, but I do. And working out helps that a lot because, one, it's me time. It gets me out of my own head. Gives you all those happy endorphins, right? So I haven't had a panic attack in a long time, you guys. So yesterday, Sabrina went in for surgery. Everything was fine. We waited. It was super quick. And they came out to get us when she was finished. And she had started waking up. And she didn't wake up too great. She was crying and wailing, and she wasn't even fully awake. I don't know if any of you guys have kids or you've been there when they kind of wake up or they're not even really awake. They don't know what they're doing, but she was not in a good way. Like, not in a good way. And me, as mom, like, it just tore me apart. Like, it was so hard to see her that way. And so... But you go into mom mode, right? At that moment in time, I was like mom mode. I was holding her. She was trying to take out her IV. And so, we had to hold her like she's in the bed anyway. So get through that, right? So they can't take the IV out until she drinks something. So she's trying to drink water, half asleep. And then we get her up and get her into like one of those hospital chairs. And, I'm holding her on me in one of the hospital chairs, trying to get her comfortable and everything like that. They put a blanket on her, and she's still in a lot of pain. Like, she was crying, hurt. She's like, and the nurse was going to get her medicine, and it was just taking a little long, and she's in so much pain. Me as mom was like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help her. I couldn't take this pain away. And I know I'm going to have a lot of these instances as she grows up, you know, and it takes practice learning how to get through these. And this was a hard one, you guys. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help her. I couldn't take the pain away. I just kept saying, she's coming, she's coming, she's going to have medicine, she's coming, she's coming. And then all of a sudden it was like tunnel vision. It started coming and I felt it. I don't know if you've ever had a panic attack, but I get this tunnel vision where everything's white. It just starts going white and I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't breathe. It was like an elephant was on my chest and I was shaking, and Hector was sitting here and I knew it was coming. I could feel it happening. And I told him, I said, honey, I'm about to pass out. I'm going. And it was like I could just feel it happening. I was so close. So he picked her up and held her because she's still like sitting on me. So I like got up and I'm trying to breathe. Like I know breathing is important, right? You're supposed to focus on something and breathe, and I'm just trying to breathe through this, and I did. I didn't pass out. It got really, really close, you guys. And I think half of it was panic, right? Half of it was this panic attack coming on because of everything that's been happening. Everything that's been thrown at us in the past month has just been crazy. And I don't know how, but we've gotten through it. I mean, I know how. I mean, trust me, I know how. But it's like one thing after another, and I think the relief of her getting out of surgery, because I was so scared, I think the relief of her, and then all of everything, it just came on. But you guys, I didn't eat. I didn't eat anything that morning. And the night before, I went and got my hair done, right? So I had to pick her up and run through a drive-thru. She got some chicken nuggets or a cheeseburger, and I got some chicken tenders. No french fries, nothing to drink, right? I had barely any water left, but I should have gotten something to drink, and I didn't. So the night before, I didn't really eat. I had like 2 chicken tenders, like 2 measly little chicken tenders all night. I didn't really get a great lunch. So I really hadn't even eaten the night before. We didn't eat any breakfast. I should have at least made a shake. I don't know why I didn't. Normally I would, but I couldn't take my coffee back. I took coffee. I couldn't bring it back with us into the facility or whatever. So I hadn't eaten. So I think it was a combination of I didn't give my body anything to go on. I didn't give myself any fuel to get through this really emotional, stressful day, right? And panic and emotions and stress and everything else, you guys. And I, like, the nurse from across the room, she looked over at us and saw me, and like I must have been white as a ghost, because she came right over like, are you okay? What's happening? What's going on? They brought me a Coke. Like, I haven't had a Coke in like years, like freaking years, you guys. But I'm like, I got this Coke, and they brought me these little gummy snacks, the Chewies. They said they have more sugar in them, so it would help. So I'm eating these gummies, and I almost passed out, you guys, because I didn't take care of myself, right? And it should be all about her, but I lost sight of taking care of me too. Like, all of these things happening and trying to deal with them and just trying to be mom and trying to be strong and doing everything. And sometimes we have to stop and take that breath, take a minute, and just take care of ourselves. So important. And a lot of people lose track of that. We now that I've started working full time, I totally get that time, right? Time, there is no time. But somehow we all make time to watch Grey's Anatomy. Sometimes we make that time to watch This Is Us. Or we have time to, I don't know, how many times do we tell ourselves we're going to work out today, or we should eat better instead of going through the drive-thru. We should take that time on Sunday or whenever to plan out some snacks to have to eat at work. And I get that now that obviously I'm working full time now, that time is really just non-existent. But we have those habits that are just natural, right? We have natural habits. Wake up, brush your teeth. That's natural to have it, right? Take a shower. We make the time to get showers, right? Because that's self-care. You have to take a shower. Actually, it's more for public, so you don't stink, right? We take the time to do our seatbelts. That's a habit. It takes practice, right? Back in the 80s, who wore a seatbelt? Nobody, right? But it became a thing. Now we know you get in the car, you buckle your seatbelt. It's a habit. You don't really think about it. Well, the things that are really important, your health, your body, right? We all want to be healthy as we get older. It's harder to take care of yourself as you get older. So we know the habits that will help us, but it's so hard to get them to be a habit. We have to practice at it, right? I tell Sabrina so many times now that she's learning all kinds of new things, math and words, sight words and spelling and all these new things, and she gets really frustrated because she doesn't know them and she thinks she's doing something wrong. And I say, you're not doing anything wrong, baby. You just have to practice, right? And then it becomes easy. Reading for us, we read, right? You read every day. Do you think you were born knowing how to read? No, you had to practice. You had to learn, and then you had to put it in motion, right? And so many times we beat ourselves up over things that don't just come automatic, right? We don't have time to work out because it's not automatic. It's not a habit until you practice it and make it a habit, which I've done. Like, I know that in order for me to feel good, in order for my body to be healthy, in order for me to feel happy and get those endorphins going and feel a little bit in control, I have to work out. I have to find that time. And I know time is precious, but so are you.
Mommy.
Yes, my love.
Hungry.
Hungry again? I think we need some ice cream.
Yeah.
She definitely needs ice cream. She got ice cream for breakfast today. She lost a tooth too. Come show me. She lost a tooth. And the other one's wiggling, right?
Yeah.
So it's time to put into motion. Practice what you want to become a habit. Okay? It's a habit to turn on that TV at night and watch your favorite show.
Yeah, and we also bought these at HSBC. They don't feel good on my throat.
They will. They'll feel good on her throat. She's hungry. So I gotta go get her some ice cream probably because she already had a little bit of lunch. Cottage cheese. All right, so I want you guys to know that stop canceling on yourself, for one.
We got a new water bottle.
Got a
And
new
I'm
water
getting some
bottle,
Gatorade from it right now.
To drink your water, because that's important.
And
It's time to put into motion, practice what you want to become a habit. If you want to feel better, you gotta put that into motion, right? Stop canceling on yourself and stop beating yourself up, because you guys, we all fall off. You've seen it. I have not, like, I've been bouncing around. My workouts are sporadic. My eating habits have been, right? It's a habit, but sometimes we fall off. Sometimes we don't make that happen. So quit beating yourself up. If you've stopped, right? Just because you stop doesn't mean you give up, okay? You don't give up. You get back up, and you do it again, and you keep doing it until it becomes a habit, until you know in your brain that it's what needs to happen, and it becomes a habit, all right? You are important, okay? So find out what that priority is, or what the things that you think maybe had been a priority in the past, watching TV, and change it. Because you can. You change it. So, my priority right now
I just saw the Gatorade open.
is to get my baby some Gatorade and to help
And
you.
to eat.
Ah! And my priority is you. It is, you guys. I am so passionate about helping people figure out how to do this, right? And I want to help you. I want you to get to this place where you just feel good and you know, even when you start to not feel good, like I've been, it's okay to get back up and do it again, right? All right, so that's
I
it.
love tingles.
We love Tangles and we love Gatorade, and I'm going to go.
I actually got two.